I didn't think I was gonna make it on time because I had to go throw on some makeup. Thank God I know what I'm doing and I don't have to put on false eyelashes and oh, Joe's doing his nasal thing. Hi, Bessie. Give me a one to make sure you can hear me. Bessie, please. Welcome, replay viewers. And to make sure that I am live at Babs Bear Talk, let's check. Let me turn the volume down. Yes, I'm live at Babs Bear Talk. Thank you, Diane. Okay, so this is where we want to do these commentary type of live events. If you were at my cooking page a little while ago, the Bear Pantry Show, let me close this door. Joe is doing his nasal saline thingy and it's disgusting. Hey, Brenda! Brenda! Oh my God, you guys say hi to Crazy Grandma, my friend Brenda, my cousin. You know, me and Brenda, that cousin, she just hasn't done the Ancestry DNA yet, but I know when she do it, we're going to find out we are cousins. Hi, Donnie Love. All right. We coming over here because we want to do commentary over here. To me, it's not about getting paid to talk about this topic because cancer is, you know what we went through with mommy, if you've been with me any length of time. So I'm not saying that I don't believe that Kate is sick, right? I believe that Kate is sick. The video where she was sitting and talking today, I'm still questioning if that's her or not. I wanted Joshua to take a look because he can see jawline and stuff like that. My main reason for questioning it was because she has a mole that's on the right upper lip. So when you're looking at her, it's on the left. And I don't see the mole, but keep in mind the video was heavily filtered, right? And she was far away. So let's say it's her. I do believe she's sick, and it could possibly be some type of cancer. But because they have lied, I'm not saying she has lied, but the palace, Kensington Palace, has lied so much to the public for the past few weeks that how are we to believe everything they're shoving down our throats? Because is it a coincidence? Is it only me? Tell me what you guys are thinking. Is it a coincidence that Charles went in for something with his prostate, right? He probably had swelling in the prostate. PSA numbers were probably high. And when they went in, they probably cut it out. I don't know that to be true, but we're saying allege, based on what other people have gone through. And then they found cancer in the surrounding area somewhere. I'm not even upset that they haven't told us what kind of cancer Charles has. And I'll tell you why in a little while, okay? Let's get through the Kate thing first. I'm not upset that they don't tell us the stage or what kind of cancer Charles has. And I'm going to tell you why, because based on something my mom went through, all right? We're praying for Charles. Like I said, I don't like what Charles did to Diana so many years ago, but Diana been dead 20 something years and the man is living his life. And I do like that Charles is about the environment, keeping it safe for us and our kids and our grandkids. That's one good thing that I like about him. When it comes to Kate, I thought it was so coincidental that both of them went in at the same time for these elective surgery. Are the surgeries always called elective if they're not done under emergency, right? That you prepare for it, right? A planned surgery. So they both went in at the same time. They were both supposedly at the same hospital. And she came out and like, leave me the hell alone. I need to heal and abdominal surgery. Now, when they say abdominal surgery, that could mean anything in this area. And as women, we have our stomach, our pancreas, our uterus, right? The ovaries, so on and so on. So that leads us to believe any one of those things could have been the surgery. So now when she came out and she said, "Oh, I have cancer," right? My red flags went off, and I'll tell you why, and I can be wrong. So, people, if you're not buying my side of the story, stay out of my chat, go somewhere else. We're not even making money off of this, all right? We're just talking as friends in here. They don't ever cut you, meaning surgery, until they know what the hell they're dealing with. All right. So they're going to do imaging and MRIs and PET scans and CAT scans and X rays. They're going to do all these type of things to try to take a look. right? They might even do exploratory surgery where they put a peephole and look with a friggin' camera, right? Why do they do this? Because they don't want to spread anything if anything is there, right? So for my mom, when they first knew that she had cancer, right? She what did she start with? My sister will correct me if I'm wrong. I think my mom had always gone for her pap smears and so on and so on. So those things always came up clean for her. But then there was a time, 18 years or so prior to when the cancer came, where she had a bad pap. And though those can be fluke, it could be other things causing it. But then when they went in there, they freeze a piece off. They're like, this looks weird. But then still, they really didn't do anything more than come back again, 6 months later, whatever, whatever, a year later, whatever. And finally, they did blood work and different scans of my mom, and they found the CA125 cell, which means there's a female cancer somewhere. It can be breast, uterus, ovaries, or cervix, right? They knew that it had to be one of those four because the CA125 cancer cell only comes up for those four. At least that's what they told us. They ruled out breast right away because they did a mammogram and they're like, okay, it's not the breast. So it has to be the womb, the ovary, or the cervix, right? And so they know that uterus cancer is very rare. That's why they have a whole lawsuit against the people with the hair perm. My mom used to perm her hair all the time. She were here, we would probably sue for that, right? So, but they couldn't pinpoint which one. And the doctor says, we're not going to know which one until we do surgery on her to do a hysterectomy. And we're not about to do a hysterectomy until we give her 6 rounds of chemo. We got to kill these CA125 cells. At that time, the doctor did not explain to us, this is 2012, that the cancer, you guys can go find the videos. If you're new on my page, you can go Google anything about my mom. Well, not go, well, in YouTube at this page, and you can see when she got diagnosed and the treatment that we went for and all this stuff, right? Because we filmed everything. We didn't lie. And so they said she has to get 6 rounds of chemo. No, mommy was on this. I got to go to Belize in July. I'm going to Belize. And the doctor said, you're going to sit your behind right here and take these 6 rounds of chemo. Every 21 days, she had to go for chemo. And then on the last chemo, she thought she could go home. She says, can I go home and just go for a quick vacation and then come back and deal with the hysterectomy? And the doctor says, I think you don't understand how serious your situation is, Mrs. McNabb. You can't go nowhere until you get a clean bill of health. Keep your ass here. And the doctor was rude. He was just rude like that. We didn't know that when they found the CA125 cells in mommy, that the cancer was already stage 4. Stage 4 just means that wherever it started, it spread from there. And sometimes it'll attach to another organ and form another tumor and attack that organ, right? Or sometimes it just floats free in the body, these cells, and they're trying to talk to each other to try to find something to attach to. That's where mommy was. Stage 4, meaning they were talking, the cells were talking to each other, trying to form a mass and trying to attach to something. And because they gave her the 6 rounds of chemo, it put all those cells to sleep in remission. That's what remission means. It doesn't mean you're cured. You can be in remission for the rest of your life, but it could come back in 3 years like it did for my mom. Why? Because she was stressed out, right? So, anyways, people, my mom's friends, especially the older ones, not the ones that were in my mom age range. My mom was in her 60s, the ones that were in their 80s, those type of friends. They were rude to me and they were calling me and like, what kind of cancer your mom had? She doesn't want to tell us. I said, she doesn't know. I swear to God, she does not know. And it sounded stupid to say that, guys. So that's why I don't care if we ever know what kind of cancer Charles has. We don't need to know. The man is sick. If you like him, you pray for him. If you don't like him, you move on, right? So where Kate is concerned, they knew, these doctors, nobody can tell me these doctors did not know that she had cancer somewhere in her. They probably saw the cells for whatever cancer it is, because each cancer has their own cells, I guess, their own markers. They call them cancer markers. Because there's no way on God's green earth they're going to get me to believe that they cut this girl for abdominal surgery before they started chemo. And people are like, well, her hair looks good. It might be a wig. That doesn't affect me either way either, because certain chemotherapy for certain cancer doesn't make you lose your hair. It's the one for the female. It's not something God, you have a really, really sick sense of humor sometimes. The chemotherapy that you have to take for female cancers, breast, uterus, cervix, or ovaries, you will lose your hair. My mom didn't lose her hair on the first round, but on the second round, it's right when Whitney Houston died. I always remember that day. She called me crying, saying Whitney Houston died, and I didn't care. I really didn't care for Whitney Houston after a while. When she said crack is whack, crack is cheap, and act like she was better than us, I was done. I was like, okay, mom. And then she started to cry and she said, my scalp is biting me. I was stepping into a church event that I was invited to by our friend Osley. And I said, I stepped outside and I told you, go in, I have to talk to my mom. And I said, Mom, I think your hair is going to fall out. And she says, No, 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 no. My hair was fine this morning. And I said, No. I said, But just praise for it, Mom. You're beautiful. You've got a good shaped head. You can crochet beanies and stuff. You're going to be okay. We just got to get you better. You know what I mean? And I spent as much time as I needed to spend with her, went into the church thing. And when I came back out, she told me that the first clump fell out. So it was the second round of chemo that did that. So if it's not a female cancer like uterus, the other ones that I just said, cervix or ovaries, then Kate probably will not lose her hair if she's taking chemo. You know what I mean? And when you're taking chemo, it is a depressing thing. Yeah, I don't need to know. I don't know why I've been like that though, Bessie. I don't need to know what kind it is. And if you want to tell me the stage, that's fine, but the stage doesn't mean anything to me either. Even if you tell me it's stage 4, which is the worst one, right? It just tells me that the cancer has spread to something else. And sometimes they can still fight it. Stage 4, you can still fight it. And when my mom fought stage 4, we didn't know at the time in 2012 that it was stage 4. That doctor wasn't forthcoming with a lot of things. And let me tell you something else the doctor did. The nurse that was giving my mom the chemo told my mom to stop eating McDonald's because the saturated fats that they fry the fries in is cancer causing. The nurse said that, not me. McDonald's don't come for me. The nurse told my mom that. My mom used to love McDonald's for breakfast. Whatever that breakfast sandwich is or whatever, she loved it. Okay. The doctor told my mom that she had to take this medication named Megace. All right. I don't know if that's the brand name or if that's the generic name, Megace. And my mom asked him what was it for. He was you see that man that does the 600-pound life weight loss stuff? The doctor was nasty like that man. And my mom says, what is the Megace for? Because they had her with a lot of pills. She had to write down the time when she took these pills because she would forget, right? And she says it's to build up your appetite. So my mom says, but I haven't lost my appetite. Even when I'm throwing up from the chemo, I'm still hungry. And I try to eat something, even if I just nibble at something and I throw it back up again, but I'm still hungry because my mom would throw up for like a week and a half after the chemo. And then by the time she had a good week, she was back into the chemo again, right? The doctor didn't tell my mom that the Megace, even though it was to build your appetite, the side effect, like Ozempic and Manjaro, it's for diabetic, but the side effect is weight loss. Well, the side effect of Megace is that it keeps the freaking cancer cells at bay. He didn't tell my mom this. I was there. I was there. My mom didn't take the Megace. And 3 years later, the cancer came back. So when they start talking about cancer, they triggered me really, really bad because there's a lie in there somewhere. I'm starting to wonder, okay, does she have cancer? Right? Does she really have cancer? Are they just throwing the big C at us because that's going to shut us up because we wonder where the hell she was? Like I said, I didn't care. I didn't care where she was. They said she was sick. She was going to come back when she was better. The only care I had was for the 3 kids. They have their mom. Their mom loved them. They love their mom. I know what it's like to lose a mom. I'm not fascinated by these royals. I was raised in Belize. So we were fascinated by them when we were little. But when I came to America and then Diana got married and then later on, she got suicided. she got unalived, right? I stopped caring for them. I would check up to see if William and Harry are doing okay, and that was about it. I didn't care anymore. Because in my dad's side of the family, my dad's sisters and them, they were always about the queen. They didn't care nothing for Diana. They called her a tramp, a whore, this or that. And so we always had fights in the family about the topic. They didn't like Diana. So I'm sure they're not going to like Meghan because I'm team Diana and team Meghan. And like I said, I don't hate Kate. And if she has cancer, I pray that she gets better. But my thing for talking about the topic is because they're lying about something. I'm not saying Kate, maybe they told her to come say what she said, but I'm saying that the firm, don't they call themselves the firm? The firm is lying about something. And like Judge Judy always says, if it doesn't seem right, there's a lie in there somewhere. I don't know where the lie is at, but there's a lie in there somewhere. I believe this woman is sick, right? I don't know that I believe abdominal surgery. I definitely, you know what? I don't believe abdominal surgery. And if she did have abdominal surgery, she was taking chemo before. They gave her the chemo before, and they're like, okay, we think we have these cells under control. Let's go ahead and cut and see if we can cut this stuff out. And she says she's taking chemo still. Some people take chemo for years after they've been diagnosed with some type of cancer, you know? See, I don't care for Kate. I don't, it's funny because I don't hate Kate. I think there's you like somebody or love somebody, you hate somebody, and I think in between there's indifference. And I think I'm just indifferent about Kate. I don't like what they did to Megan. I feel like all the FS they did to Megan is coming back to haunt them. I said it yesterday, and I made that live unlisted, but it wasn't because of what we were talking about that topic, because I stand by what I said, right? It's because I only want food to be over on that page, right? And I said it's like from the Bible, from the book of Esther. It's like when Haman was doing the setup for Mordecai, Esther's uncle, and then he went to the gallows instead of Mordecai going to the gallows. It's like that. They really effed up Meghan and Harry. All Meghan and Harry wanted to do was get out of there. That's all they wanted to do was get out of there. And I keep telling you guys on my cooking page that I'm going through a lot. And the things that I'm going through, that's why I keep getting sick. I have a cold again. I keep getting sick because my immune system is beat down, because I'm the only one that's under the stress that I'm under, because this is tax season and it's qualifying for medical season. And then Jada doesn't qualify for that anymore. So it's trying to help her buy insurance, trying to help her get her dental work done before the stupid dental goes away. And my kids are grown, but I still worry about them. You know what I mean? And I'm helping them navigate life, which is what I'm here to do, right? And then, they keep calling and asking us, do we have food insecurity? Well, yes, we have food insecurity. Every damn time we go to the grocery store, we have food insecurity. All the shit's been done on a, look, dog, been done on a credit card. You know what I mean? So I'm going through all of that. And then there's some mess that was happening pertaining to my dad that I'm not going to talk publicly. Some of you that know me know the story already. But in talking to somebody to try to get to the bottom of the story about my dad, so that's not the part. This person made sure that they told me how my dad feels about me. And even though I want to let it flow off my back like a duck, it still hurts, because even though I know the person was probably bigging it up, putting head and tail to the story just to make it sound more dramatic. I don't even know that they wanted to hurt me, just for the drama of it all, right? It still sucks that my dad at 81 is gossiping about me to people, because he's like, your dad hates you. He can't stand you. And I'm not going to repeat nothing he said. Well, bitch, you should have shut your effing mouth and not even tell me that part, right? And it has everything to do with the color of your husband's skin. I'm like, okay. So me and him are fourth to sixth cousins because of my dad. So what else he got to say? You know? Thank you, Bessie. Bessie says, I don't like any form of racism, so I don't like how many in that family mistreated Megan and threw her to the media wolves in the UK. Kate and William will reap the fruit of their actions toward me. Bessie, I agree. I agree. And you can't talk. Once they said cancer, people melt. Ooh, I'm not going to melt at the word of cancer. Not going to melt at it. My mom battled it openly. Openly. And when she was when the cancer came back the second time, she had a different doctor, because in the PPO, that doctor wasn't in it anymore, the mean one. And so she had this little Indian doctor, a lady, and she was always facetious. She always seemed a little bit flirtatious with my dad. I didn't care for her, even though the other doctor was mean. I think it was a little bit better. So she said her CA 125, you can find the videos here on this page, was 632. And I said, what does that number need to be for her to be normal? And she says, under 35. I said, Jesus H. Christ. I had to put the Hector in Jesus' name, because Jada says the H stands for Hector. So she got the first round of chemo, and it took it to 3 something, like 332 from 630 something. And then she had another round of chemo under that lady. I couldn't go with her for those chemo because it was in a group setting, and it was just a recliner and each person getting their chemo. And so the other place you were in a little room and I was able to go with mommy, right? This time I wasn't allowed to go with mommy. And so the second one brought it to three some. The first one brought it to three something. The second one brought it to 101. The number, I have a video with the numbers listed on the video. And then there was like 60 something, and then it got to 12. The number got to 12. It was under 35. My God, we rejoiced. We praised God. Oh my God, it was such a joyful time. Our prayers were answered. Mommy was well again. Mommy threw a birthday party for my brother who turned 50. And we were there marching the 10th day of September. Mommy started to weep in her wheelchair because she was still weak. So we were pushing her. Everybody ran to see what was wrong. The videos are all here if you want to see my vlogs. And mommy said, I'm just so grateful that I made it again, because it's not promised when we get chemo. It's not promised. Chemo sometimes kills the patient. And she says, I just wish, I just hope that I'm alive next year to enjoy another 10th of September. And she wasn't. She died by the next year, June, because the cancer came back again and the chemo wasn't working anymore. It was killing her more than it was killing the cancer. The cells woke up back again. And so she wasn't alive even to give me a 50th birthday party. So you guys know. Yeah, I mean, we all hope that they both recover. I'm not wishing a sickness or death on anybody. I have a few people that I've wished death on. I'm not gonna lie. You know, when they hurt me so bad that I wish death on them. I'm not gonna lie. I think a couple of times in my life. But I don't know these people that hate them. You know what I mean? She had the nasty cancer. See? Yeah, she's girl. They trying to shove her down our throats. And when these people are making videos saying where is Kate, a lot of vloggers are just making a video to make money. That's why, I was gonna make one like sit down talk here, but I like this live. I like this live like this better because I can get feedback from you guys. So I truly hope she recovers, just for the fact that the little kids are little. I was almost 50 when my mom died, and I still feel like I was too young to lose my mom, okay? And keep in mind that I know that young kids lose their mom younger. You know what I mean? Like my brother was 30, maybe, I think. He's 18 years on the me. So if I was 50, he was what, 32? When, he lost his mom, which is my mom, right? And so I feel like that pain would have been worse for me to not have my mom when I was in my 30s, right? And then I have my little cousin Avea. Her mom died 9 days after she was born. So who am I to complain and bitch that I didn't get enough years with my mom, right? But I see other people who have their mom and the mom are in their 80s and they're like mistreating their mom and stuff. I'm like, damn, treasure her. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? First of all, the first question: do you guys think that she's sick any at all? That Kate is sick? That video was Kate? I kind of think it could have been her because I think that it was heavily filtered, so the mole was hidden. But I would definitely have to ask Joe. Not Joe, Joshua? Do you think that's her? Because Joshua can look at eyebrows and inside of the eye, the nose, the jawline. Joshua will look at stuff like that, so he can tell me definitively if he thinks that's her. So let's say that we all agree that it is her. Do you agree that she's sick? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, do you agree that it's some form of cancer? Yes or no? I'm going fast. And if the answer is yes, do you believe that they didn't know before she got cut for the cancer? Because I think they knew. And I think right before I came live, CNN, I don't watch that channel, but somebody else was streaming it. CNN, there was a doctor on there, an oncologist, saying that they had to know before she went in for the abdominal surgery, they nude. Carla, know what I'm talking about. I watched this little African girl that didn't say nude. She said nude. And that's my new word. They nude that she had cancer before they cut her. Because if they cut her, it's going to spread like wildfire. That's what they told my mom. Do you want to leave this hospital alive? Then we'll cut you first before we give you chemo. Because mama was like, well, cut me first. Cut it out. Then that way I might not need chemo. They're like, girl, mm-mm. Bessie said, my focus was more on the extreme delusions, deceptions, and lies that the monarchy did to destroy their integrity, credibility. Yes, yes. You know the queen must be turning in her grave. Because at least she kept it together. And she tried to keep it transparent, except for Diana, because they covered that up. My opinion. They nude. They nude. Okay. So, Brenda, do you think she's sick? Do you think she's realistic and they knew? Yeah. Okay, so Miss Lucky thinks she's sick. Why would they release the info? And you know what? When they released the pictures, which one of the picture? It might have been the one where they photoshopped all of them, the kids in the picture with her, right? All of them smiling so happy and healthy. Fucking liars. I think when they released that day, Megan and them were doing something big. They're always looking at Megan. Megan and Harry don't even look at those people. The minute Charles get diagnosed with cancer and Harry knew, see what Harry do? Got on the plane, flew over there, met with his father for 45 minutes. 45 minutes and flew right back to his wife. Why? He went to see what his dad wanted him to know. And his dad probably told him what kind of cancer it was and the stage that it was, and that he was going to fight and he's not going to give the throne over to William until he knows he's going to die. That's what the dad probably did. And he probably told Harry, don't worry, your titles and your children titles gonna be engraved in stone, because I really do feel like Charles still love Harry. They're both his boys. I know people like to say Harry's not his, but Harry is his child. Harry's his. Okay, Diane, that's good. Diane, I appreciate that. Diane says she don't have no comment because she's not been caught up on the situation. And I wasn't caught up the whole time because I didn't care. When people start, where's Kate? Where's Kate? I'm like, who the hell cares where she at? Just leave Harry and Meghan alone and we good. And then Tisa Tell started to like really go over the top with it. And I watched some of it, then I got tired of it. And I went back in. I like to watch my little psychics. I'm sorry. I found a whole network of psychics that just talk positive things. They never talk negativity. And I was like, yes, this is where I'm at. Talk positive things. And so I stopped watching for a while. And then when all those fake pictures came out, when that video came out, that's when I had Joshua dissect that video. And Joshua goes, that's not that girl. First of all, a princess don't walk like that, bouncing and swinging a bag. And look at her face, look at her jaw, and Joshua nude. Joshua nude. So this video, because people kept saying, make a recorded video where we can see that it's you. Well, to me, she looked different than the way Kate looks, but I guess she didn't have on a whole ton of makeup, right? And she says she's taking chemo, right? She'd been taking chemo. Maybe that's why she got so thin and people think she's anorexic. And this doesn't rule out, two things can be true at once. This doesn't rule out the rumors about William having an affair. And why is it William didn't sit there with her? If I had to come make an announcement like that, Joe would have came and sat with me quietly and just kind of hold my hand or had me hold on to his leg. You know what I mean? Joe would have came and sat. Why William he know today? What he up to? I got you, Dia, dancing until the conspiracies started to run up and down the street. Yeah, people are saying, can we lose another Princess of Wales? But I don't even look at Kate as Princess of Wales. To me, there's only one Princess of. They should have retired that title. After Diana died, they should have retired that title. There's only one Princess of Wales as far as I'm concerned. And you know what this tells me about William too? He's not ready to be king. He was always afraid that the monarchy was going to fall with him. And he goes, I don't want it to fall with me and then put the blame on me. Grandma come back from her from her grave, Lizzie. Grandma Lizzie come back from her grave and scold me because I let the monarchy die under my watch. And people keep saying, oh my God, if William doesn't take it, it's going to go to Harry. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. It's supposed to go to Georgie Porgy. And he's not ready. So somebody's going to have to hold it for him, right? Unless William abdicates. Then I think that's when it would go to Harry, right? Correct me, Brenda. If William abdicates, does it go to Harry? It doesn't go to his kids anymore, right? To William's kids? Are you kidding? Kate is going to crawl off of her deathbed so William will not abdicate. Kate want to be queen so bad she can taste it. She can taste it. And when Charles came down and said, I had cancer, she probably said, God damn, both of us? What the hell? And Camilla is shitting her pants over there, her diapers, because she want to be queen consort forever. And if Charles dies, she's gonna be some other bullshit. I don't remember the name of the word that they said she's gonna be. But she not gonna be no queen consort unless William wants her to, and Charlie ain't gonna let that happen. Hmm. That's why the stress that I've been under, Joshua says, "Mommy, it has a solution. It has a solution. It's not like sickness. Sickness sometimes have no solution." And that just kind of let me bounce back from what I've been going through. I know how Miss Lucky. What the little boy say? I don't want to act so high and mighty because tomorrow I might fall down on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. I thank you for rain. Right? That song I don't want to sing it because I'm going to copyright. Well, we don't. This channel's not monetized anyways. It's basically the non-British folks in USA, especially asking and demanding answers, just saying, yeah, the Brits don't care because they were taught not to speak up and ask them royals no kind of questions. Like, who the hell are you? Like I said in my other channel yesterday, I don't think the Brits are called citizens of the UK. They're called subjects of the king. They're not really even citizens. They're subjects. The F? Mm-mm. Yeah, the queen was always shady. I remember we used to have big fight. Me and my cousin Cindy used to have big fight with her mother and the auntie name, and well, I didn't f around with the grandmother, but they used to have big fight because they're all about the queen. That's the queen. I'm like, please, we are all Team Diana over here, right? And I was so happy when Megan got married to Harry. I'm like, oh, maybe they could be friends, four of them, whatever. And then when all that shit started, and Harry was like, I just want to leave. I just want to get my family out of here so they don't do what they did to my mom. Harry knows something. I'm going to go buy that book, The Spare, and see what the hell Harry said in that book. Harry knows something. Harry went to Canada first because that's under the Commonwealth, so he could go there legally. And then he came to America. And Donald Trump said he's going to have him deported when he gets in power, like he's ever going to get in power. They're going to kneecap his ass first before he gets in power. And he says Harry lied on his application when he said he's never tried drugs. Well, who hasn't? Who hasn't lied on that application? Tell me there. Did your wife lie, Donnell? Huh? Deport her. And by the way, where the hell is she? Somebody said they saw her the other day. They are cursed. They're cursed, and there's a lot of incest going on. Did you see the one cousin husband that got suicided? That's what they're calling it. He got suicided. And let me tell you something. If you think William would not cheat on Kate just because she has cancer, think again. Remember John, what's his name? John Edwards? Is he the one with the S? Because there's a John Edward that's a psychic medium, and then there's a John Edwards that's a politician. I can't remember which one is he, but the one that had the affair on his wife. The wife had all these kids already for him, 2 kids, I think. And then later on, she went to go take all type of injection to have more kids. Like, why? I feel like those injections cause cancer later in life. And then she got more kids, 2 more kids or 3 more kids, and then she got cancer. And it went away and it came back. And he's like, F this. I can't stay here with this sickness. She the one that's sick, not me, not me. And I'm gonna go have an affair and have a whole baby out here too. He's the one with the S, right? Okay. That ripped. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Bessie. Bessie said that reptilian bloodline is very real and that monarchy is of that bloodline. Didn't the people start off in Germany? Do I have the country wrong? They're not even like true Brits when they started, right? They migrated, one of them migrated from Germany and then took over that throne, right? I feel like all these monarchies need to fall. It's like that's from back in the Bible day. Why we need to have kings anymore and queens and princesses and queens? Who the hell are they? And I think that's how Harry feels. He probably feels like, what? I'm just a regular schmo over here. I'm a man loving my wife and my babies. And the conspiracy theorists, they don't believe that Harry's son Archie is real or Lilibet. I was like, okay. You know what, Miss Lucky, that makes sense to a degree. Honestly, it does make sense because you would say, look at these evil people and they're not sick, but who's to know that they're not sick? Because Donald Trump is as evil as they come, and we think he's not sick, but he's sick. And I'm not just talking about the mental sickness, I'm talking about physically sick. They just don't tell us. They just don't tell us. I see a lot of evil people in my life and they're sick, but they think I don't know. I don't understand this. Why is it when you have family members, right? And I'm thinking about one side of my family. When it comes to sickness, they lie, 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 lie. Like Mama used to say, they lie Jesus off the cross, right? It's like, why they have to lie like this? First of all, I wasn't even asking you, right? If that person's sick. So why you have to come and even offer me a lie about the person's health? I didn't even ask you nothing because I don't care. I'll, I know about so many people right now that are sick, where people come and tell me the stories, and they're like, "Shh, don't tell nobody because a secret." I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't remember what that secret no more. I might bust one of these days and just explode and tell the whole beans to everybody. Then you gotta pretend, Bessie. You know I was texting you, Bessie. Remember I was texting you that story the other day. I asked you what should I do when we do a private live. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I did follow your instructions to a degree for a while, but then later on it came up again. A few days later it came up again. Okay, I'll tell you what I did. Mhm. Donald T. Mama was an illegal alien when she hit these shores. He needs to keep his mouth shut. See? See? And you know what? Just so you guys know, I don't have any trouble with the word illegal. When I first came to America and I was an illegal alien for so many years, I didn't care if they called me an illegal alien. The illegal didn't bother me. What bothered me as a teenager was alien. Like, what the fuck? I'm not an alien. I'm from Earth like you. How dare you call me a friggin' alien? Go off. So it's like when they were dragging Biden the other day for saying the word, I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, it's a big cover up. It's a big cover up, you know? And then later on, when the news come out, you got to pretend stupid like you didn't know. So now you have to become a whole liar, pretending like you didn't know when you knew. You knew, I knew. The minute the thing happened, I know. Because people that believe more like sick man ass. That's a new one for Bessie and for Diane. When they say when you blab mouth, your mouth go like sick man ass, meaning diarrhea. Illegal migrant. I like that one better. I like that one better, Brenda. I like that one better. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And when it comes to the green card, Diane, you don't have to pass no test, you know. When it comes to getting a green card, you don't have to pass no test, right? Whoever filed for your file for you. And if it's a husband or wife thing, then they question you to make sure it's a real marriage. But if it's the daughter filing for the parents or whatever, but daughter filing for parents take a long time. So I think theirs was expedited. They don't have to pass no test. It's when they go in for the citizenship. You got to practice those 100 questions. And they asked me and my older brother 35 and they fucking 100 questions. Shit, Americans don't even know. They ask us. And I got all right. No, I did get questioned when I went for my green card because I got my green card through Amnesty. So I did get questioned. And then when I went back for the citizenship 5 years later, the lady walked me in the room, young woman, and she sat down at her desk like this and she told me to sit there. And she says, Barbara, when you got your green card 5 years ago, you got 100% on your test, and you have an option today. I can test you again, or you can keep the score from the last time. And so this is me. And she says, you have to answer. And I go, keep the score from the last time? Duh. How the hell can you beat 100%? And my older brother is such a jackass that he got a Jamaican woman questioning him when he got his green card. Remember, we only got the test because we got amnesty. That lady got filed for by Melania, right? The parents got filed for. So they're not gonna get no test for green card, only for citizenship. So my brother, when they asked him, what are the three branches of government? My brother said George Bush Senior, George Bush Junior, and Jeb Bush. Oh my God. They ask him what are the benefits of being a citizen. He goes to go on food stamps. He's a stupid asshole. Well, the lady was Jamaican, so she saw his sense of humor. Oh my God. Well, I think we have a consensus. We all in this room think that Kate is sick. We all believe that they knew that she had cancer from before, if it is cancer, that they had to have known before they did the supposed surgery. I might be the only one that's still thinking that she didn't have no surgery, that it's all just been chemo. I'm going to say that up front. And if I'm wrong, we'll make another video in the future. We'll say, well, I was wrong. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I don't think she had no damn surgery. I think when she went to the hospital in the ambulance is because she had a bad reaction with the chemo. And I don't know if any of you in here have ever had chemo, and I pray to God that you don't ever have to have chemo. Just like I pray to God that none of my family member ever has to have chemo ever again in life, like my mom did and my uncle Les did. But chemo is rough. The first round of chemo that mommy had, the nurse came in and she was really careful, and she says, "We're going to give her Benadryl for 15 minutes, and then we're going to give her the first bag of whatever that drug is. Then we're going to give her a bag of saline to flush that drug out. Then we're going to give her another bag of this drug, and then she gets to go home, right?" And she goes, "It's going to take all day from 9 to like 5 because we have to go slow. We got to drip her slow to make sure she's not overreacting, having a bad reaction." And so they gave her the Benadryl to offset the reaction of the poison, because chemo is poison. And then they gave her and I wrote everything down that they were giving her. And it took a while. I think we were there till about 4, not 5, but 4. Mommy took it well. And mommy would lay down on the bed. And while she was laying down, she didn't know she needed to pee. And so I would time her and I'd say, "Mom, get up. There's only one bathroom." Some people get diarrhea on the spot. She didn't get diarrhea, thank God. She got to pee. She got to go pee. And we'd get her up, get her to the bathroom, get her back, so we could beat everybody to the bathroom. And then it was bad when the people had diarrhea because it smell of the poison. Come in.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking to see if you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. You're a lot better. When are you going to start recording?
Like right now, but you're not screaming or anything, so I think we're good.
Okay, I'll talk a little bit quietly and then I'll wrap it up. Yeah. So the diarrhea would be bad for those people. It would be so offensive that I had a little jar of I think it was Kerr deodorant for men. I never used it. I only had it in my bag to sniff it whenever something offended me. Whenever a smell would offend me anywhere in life, I take earplugs with me in my bag and I take something good that I like to smell, because you can't control what comes at you out there in life. You can't control what you see, because a naked man might just run across your path. You can't control that, right? You can't control what you hear. You can't control what you smell. So you have to have things to offset that so that you can protect your mood. I took that thing out and started to sniff it. And my mom was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "A deodorant that smells good." And I gave it to her and she's like, "We're going back and forth like that because the room is right in front of the damn toilet, right?" Anyways, the second time we went for chemo, the girl was going straight from Benadryl to the one drug to the next drug. She was going to miss the saline, and they need the saline in between the two drugs. Sometimes you don't get two drugs. Mommy had to get two drugs. And so I went like, wait. The last time you gave her saline, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed today. Thank you for remembering." See how they would have effed up my mom? She would have probably had to go in the hospital. And probably that happened to Kate. If she's getting chemo this whole time, she probably was having a bad time with the chemo. They probably took her to the hospital. I don't believe there was no surgery. I'll say hi to Josh. She couldn't touch it. Mom was always cold. My brother would have passed if you were asking the questions. My brother's a damn clown. Too bad he's a MAGA Trump supporter now, though. He was funny back then. And he lived in Florida too friggin' long. I'll tell Josh you said hi. Joshua has a YouTube channel. He's been uploading every day for the past 4 months. And he says when he is 6 months, he knows it's going to explode. I hope so. He reads stories from Reddit and posted. He has never shared his channel with me. And if his channel comes up in your feed, I'm asking you not to come and tell me what the channel is. Just out of respect. I don't want to know what it is. If you know what it is, you subscribe to it, you enjoy it, but don't come back and tell me, because you might recognize his voice. One of my friends said she's sure that channel came up in her feed, and I said, "Don't tell me what it is, just out of respect." And it's just stories from Reddit that he's reading. So, you guys, um, over here at Bob's Bear Talk, we're doing commentary, and I really enjoy doing the commentary. But you haven't seen any, I think maybe 2 weeks now, or maybe it was only 1 week, because I keep getting friggin' sick. At first, I thought this was allergies, but now I think it's a cold. And because I'm so stuffy and I can't take Sudafed, I have to eat with my mouth open and talk, and breathe with my mouth open, that I swallow a lot of air. And then I had really bad gas pain last night, like in here. Oh my God, it was in here. I was like, am I having a heart attack? Am I having. So Joe got up and started to hit me in my back, and I started to burp. And so he got that gun thing and he went like that in my back. And I was able to get a lot of it out in hiccups and burping. I felt like the way I feel when I eat cabbage or beans or banana, especially bananas. I get really bad, scary, scary, scary gas pains when I eat bananas. And I love bananas. I saw a recipe yesterday to make ice cream out of dates and cashew milk and bananas. Like, oh, fuck, I can't do that. I'm going to get sick. Yes, yes, Bessie. I love you guys' feedback too. Oh, Miss Lucky. I'm gonna look at the 10-day forecast for Santa Monica Beach, and I don't care if I have to put that gas on my maxed out credit card, because we take our own food. We don't buy food over there. I'm gonna go to the beach. I don't go in the water. I just need to put my feet in the sand because I feel like the sand is healing. When I go to the beach and I put my foot in the sand and I bury my feet, I'm like, okay, I'm alive. Everything's that was bothering me is fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're gonna go soon. I'm just really grateful that even though I have all this congestion, I don't feel sick in my body. You know what I mean? I don't feel broken up, so I know it's not the flu. But if whatever I caught it at that stupid Irish festival, because it's always 3 days after you come in contact with the thing that it manifests its ugly head, right? And so I didn't catch it when I went to that house tour. I caught it when I went to that because the symptoms came down that night, Tuesday night. You know what I mean? So I caught it at that damn, probably from the people I bought the deodorant and the paint thing from. Oh my God. So what do you guys think about my friend that had the need to tell me about how much my dad despises me? No, I know my dad doesn't despise me, right? My dad doesn't hate me. He doesn't despise me. My dad is angry at me because I speak the truth. And I've told him over and over again, you're being an old asshole for what you're doing in Belize. He's doing the typical shit Belizean men do when their wives die and they move back to Belize with a little money in their pocket. They go with young little bitches that only want money. And it's shameful the shit my dad's doing over there. And I call a spade a spade. So of course he's not gonna like me right now. Right? I'm not like my baby brother that's kissing his ass. I call it out for what it is. And so my friend, when he said, oh, I don't want to tell you the things he said about you, what the hell can he say about me? I left home at age 20, got married to the one man that I've ever been with in my entire effing life. And that's not to knock any other woman that's had to have several men and several marriages. It is what it is, right? I was just lucky or blessed that I got a good husband that stands by me, that takes care of me, that worries about me, just like I worry about him. And I praise God for the 37 years that he's given us. And I pray God he gives me a good 40, 45 years more with Joe. I'm not that kind of wife where now we're in this so long that now I can't stand you. Go away. That there's some wives like that. I just go away, leave me alone. We're only in this because we're already too old. I'm not like that. I enjoy being with Joe. We have the time to take trips. We just don't have the money to take trips. Right now we're running into car problems. We got to fix two things on the Tahoe. They're not major yet, but if one's left unchecked, it could become major because it's some kind of evaporative, don't know what it means, but it's a valve. Thank God it's in a location where Joe can change it and we don't have to take it to the mechanic because our mechanic, Sergio, is Very, very obnoxious now. Oh, let me give you guys a little gossip. I feel like my dad has told him stuff, Miss Lucky, but I feel like he exaggerated some of what my dad told him. Everybody knows it's the color of my husband's skin. Everybody knows my dad's a colorist. You know what I mean? Girl, Brenda, you know I call and give you the last update, right? I haven't heard anything since then. It was some gossip I wanted to give you guys. But you see, Miss Lucky, my dad's a narcissist. He's an undiagnosed narcissist. When did I find out that my mom used to always tell us after we moved to America, my mom would tell us, your dad's bipolar. And there's somebody in Belize that couldn't say bipolar. They said bipolen. And so my mom would joke and go, your dad's bipolar. But I think my mom picked up on that in the 1990s when she started to watch Maury Povich or something. And then when my cousin Brian visited, he's a psychiatrist. I asked him and I said, I know you're not supposed to diagnose from a distance, but can you pay attention to my dad when you're around him and give me what you think your diagnosis is? And he only watched my dad for what, like an hour and a half, and he says, your dad's a narcissist. And I didn't know what a narcissist meant at the time because I was watching a soap opera at the time called Passions. And they used to say the star of the soap opera, Teresa, was a narcissist, the character. And I was like, I was Team Teresa all the way, so I didn't understand what the hell that meant. And I thought a narcissist was just like somebody who was just kind of selfish. That's what I thought a narcissist was. And then when I started to look into it and I realized it was a mental illness and it had a spectrum, right? From whatever to malignant, that's when I realized, my God, my dad has been this way for a long time. And you know what? Not only has my dad been this way, but a lot of his family members. I see a lot of my auntie name, uncle name, cousin name from my dad's side, and they're all narcissistic to a degree. They all think they're the most beautiful person that is on the earth. They think they're gorgeous. And some of them are beautiful, but they think they're the one. I'm the only one that's gorgeous. And look at me when I put on this shirt. Look at me when I put on this shoe and this dress. Did you see me? I don't ever do that. So I didn't get it. You know? They're like, I walked out in public and I stopped traffic. I'm like, I've never wanted to stop traffic. If I put on something and I feel especially pretty in it, I go to Joe. I'm like, babe, look at this dress. Do you think it looks good on me? And if he says no, I don't take it to heart. I say, really, where does it look bad? And he'll say, well, you can't see the back part, but it's riding up. But take it off, put something else on. We have a healthy relationship like that. The same thing with Jada. Jada says, Mommy, I have to thank you guys because you guys always check me when I'm wearing something that is not looking good in the back. I'm like, babe, that looks good in the front, but it's riding up in the back. Unless you're going to put on some tights, girl, we check each other over here. hmm So I don't know that he'll ever change. I don't know that he'll ever change. And it's very sad because it's been 5 years since I have March the 24th, 2020. So 4 years. March the 24th, 2020 was the last time I had any type of communication with my dad. That's my mom's birthday. And you know what he did? He changed the profile picture on his WhatsApp from his logo for his business to his little bitch that he was seeing, his little hooker that he was seeing. That's what you did for mommy's birthday. So I know this palace, they're narcissistic and they do shit to Harry and Meghan all the time. You know what I mean? And so me and my sister went the hell off that night. And we spent the entire night cussing that little girl because we thought he gave her the phone. Until the next day when he answered me, he didn't answer my sister. And he told me all types of shit. Who cares? I got a man that loved me. I'm not knocking around with whores like you. And I can call those little girl whores because they come from Guatemala where their mom turned them out to be whores. And then they come to Belize and then some old man used them, right? So it's like, no, it's like I don't show me no more pictures, don't show me no more videos. I don't want to know nothing. I'm gonna put on blinders because my life was happy when I didn't have to hear what that man was doing. It's just it. When you grow up and your parents are together that long and then your mom's gone and the whole family just splits apart, it's not a nice feeling. That's why I think I understand Harry and Meghan a lot. It's like, F that noise. Let's go over here in our little cocoon. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys too, but I forgot. If I remember it, we'll do it another time. I know. They always, oh my God. Bessie, did you see the video? I know you were watching it yesterday. Did you get to the part in Fumi's video, 22 minutes in, when she dragged and roasted Piers? And she did it so sweetly. And she says, it's giving love. One date she ghosted you on. And forever, Piers, you are attacking this young lady. Megan is so much younger than Piers. Isn't Piers like older than me? How old is Piers? Let's see. That's like in my family, everything that goes wrong, my dad finds a way to blame it on me. And not just my dad, but other family members. Because I heard a rumor one time that my younger brother says that I'm too much drama for him. What drama? Because I call a spade a spade? You're not going to piss on my leg and tell me it's rain. Another Judge Judy thing. Why can't I get into this damn Google thing? Google, how old is Piers? he No, this man is not 58. 58 where? Around his waist? This man is not 58. This man look like 68. What the Bessie, I rewinded that video over and over and over again because Fumi was off the chain. Fumi was Fumi said, Piers, wake up in the middle of the night. He goes, Megan, Megan, Megan. Fumi said, if I were your wife, I would have left your ass. He not no effing 58. He looks 68. The hell? You see when he move his lip, it look like foul batty? That's how the butt of the foul look. He and Donald Trump. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, anyways, he's obsessed. How old is Megan? Megan's only like 42 or 43, right? One date, she ghosted him because she went to meet Harry. I'm sorry, Piers, but I'm going to take the prince over you any day. Okay? He's, oh my God, he goes on indecent about this young lady. Belize people would say he carried his vagina under his armpit. That's what Piers, he carried under his armpit. You know why we say that? Because he's not trans. He's got a penis, but he act like he has a vagina. So he carries it under his armpit. That's where it's at. If you missed it, that's where it's at. God. Cora, you want to go outside? Let me let Cora out the door. You want to go outside, baby? Yes, he had a date with her. Miss Lucky, he had a date with her, but the same night she was going to meet him at a little bar or something for a drink, she got an invitation to meet Harry. And she went and she met Harry, and that's all she wrote. I think that's how the thing happened. If I'm wrong, correct me. So she ghosted him, and he can't take it. He can't take it. They always find a way to blame her. But it's the black thing. It's the black thing that they don't like, because and Megan's not even half black, Megan like quarter black because her mom's not fully black. You see that lady? What's her name? Dory or something? That lady not all the way black. Well, they call me, my own family members call me half breed. And I wear it with pride because I'm not half breed. I'm 3 different breeds. I ain't gonna turn up, especially Harry. You guys see when Harry went to Belize the last time, he wrote a letter to Belize, and at the end he said, "Thank you, TENK, thank you." He said it in Creole. When Kate and William went to do the Caribbean tour, nobody liked them. It's like, go away. William, he did it with three hair on your head. William not just like your pa. Diana needed to be alive to spend more time to steer William the right way. William not just like your pa. And I remember somebody told me, "Oh, Harry will never get out of the shadow of his brother because he was in the brother's shadow from the time he was 13, walking behind him at the mom's funeral." Ah, shut up, shut up. Especially who gonna turn on a prince for peers of all people. I can't stand that man, and he's friends with Donald Trump. No wonder I can't stand him. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Well, child, I don't remember what gossip I had to tell you guys, but it must not have been important. Like Belize people would say, it's not a lie. Because sometimes when you can't forget what you were going to say, they say it must have been a lie. It's not a lie. I just wish that the people in my life would stop lying about sickness. And I'm not talking about the royal people because they're not in my life. I'm talking about people right here. It's like, okay, so what? So what if you got diabetes? So what if you have what is it, Alzheimer's? So what if you have heart attack? So what if you have stroke? What? That stuff come on everybody. Nobody gonna laugh at that. They usually try to tell me shit last, and I'm the one that prays. Let me type in the name for you, Diane. Diane, you have to get caught up in a this gossip. Here's this is how you spell. You're spelling it wrong. That's the fool's name. Here's Morgan. He was on America's Got Talent as a judge. That's when he first came to sight. And then he's had shows on TV, but he lost two jobs off of prominent networks. Why? Because he F around with Harry. The first time he said something about Megan, because I don't believe Megan had anxiety over what the hell was. You know what would have given me anxiety? If I moved there and I'm married to that monarchy and they take away my passport and lock it up in a vault. That's what they did to Megan, right? That shit would have gave me the heebie-jeebies. My passport, that's my passport. That's how I could get the hell out of here if shit gets real, right? That's like when you go to people's house and they say you have to take off your shoes. I don't have no problems with that, you know. But can I hold my shoes with me? I have a big bag. I can keep it here under my feet. And I don't like leaving my shoes at people's door. I don't. I feel like if something happens, I will have to run without shoes because that happened one time in my childhood where we had to run and I had shoes. Oh God, let me not tell that story. That story is for private. Let me not tell a story. Yeah, he was on America Got Talent. I want nobody to keep my passport. That's what they did to her. But because Kate, mother, pushed she up into this thing, then they bring out all the fake ass pictures. Remember the fake picture with her in the car? They said that is Sister Pippa. And then, oh my God. Mm-mm. No, I would have bounced out of that too. And honestly, if I were Megan, as much as I loved Harry, I would have left him there too and come if he don't want to come. What, bitch? Mm-mm. I already been divorced already. I could divorce again. Bye. Get over here. The they went to Canada first because that's under the Commonwealth. And Megan used to work in Canada, so I'm sure she had connections. But when they wanted to come to America, they didn't have no protection. That evil ass Charles took away protection from that young man and his family. Why? Because he's evil. And he knows they want to harm this young man. Even the rabid fans of Kate and William want to harm this young man. So you know who had to step forth, although I don't like him anymore? Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry had to get in plane for coming to California and get him a mansion for staying there and hired a security team for him. Thank God for that. Till he could have been. How the hell do they expect? I don't understand why your parents will tie your hands and expect you to figure out how the hell you're gonna get money. You know? They remove all the security. Tie your hands like that and expect that you're not gonna figure out a way to make money. They have to do what they're doing to make money. They don't want to work for the firm anymore. They don't want to get up there and lie. It's all lies. Look how Kate tell the same story Charles tell. I don't believe in coincidences. Two of them gone in at the same time for elective surgery, and two of them come back out with cancer. Is cancer going around in that hospital? What the F is going on? Then Piers, he over there, the blobby water mouth, and he said, I'm hearing story out of the palace. And if half of what they're saying is true, it's bad. It's bad. Why is it bad? Is she stage 4 pancreatic or intestinal? Why is it bad, Piers? Tell us some more. Why don't you just blab them out? Tyler Perry was accused of all kind of SA. We could say, Jacka, this no monetize. Assault with men's, and it wasn't just like, oh, he's being accused of being gay. He assaulted men's. So I'm reserving judgment for Tyler Perry still yet. A man come out and said Tyler Perry assaulted him. Child. Anyways, we've been here long enough. This is our first live at Bab's Bear Talk. I don't know. I think I've had other lives here where we did parties and stuff over here, but we're going to try to do this kind of live here because we're not going to do this kind of live at the other page. So thank you for subscribing to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you can know when we're going to do another live. But I'm going to try to do mostly videos. I'm going to figure out what kind of shorts I'm going to do. And you know what? I know. They said, well, it's because they tell so much lie. This is the way I look at it. If you're going to tell me a bunch of lie, then I'm going to be left to my own devices to figure what the hell is going on. And I might not figure something good. That's how I look at it. If you're going to come over here and tell me a bunch of lies, then I'm going to sit down there and figure out some kind of conspiracy theory, and it might not be the right theory. So you might as well come and tell me the truth. Because you know how much secrets I keep right now? I might do another live. Today is Friday. I don't know about this weekend, but on this page where we could talk about what I've learned from the mentorship so far that I'm taking at YouTube. Remember I told you guys I didn't know if I was going to learn because I don't really like the mentor? Well, she was actually okay. She actually presented herself well and wasn't annoying. She had an annoying voice the way she presents her stuff, but she talked normal. I was like, okay. And she admitted, Bessie, she admitted that she grew by accident. But she's saying maybe we could do what she did and have the same accident. Okay? So, anyways, oh, you like this time of the week? So, okay, can we have a vote with the people in the room? Do you guys like the 4:00 Eastern time Friday? Because I could do this. I could put a mark on the calendar and do one, just one a week for right now till I know what I'm doing because I'm trying to build out the cooking page, right? So Friday at 1:00 my time, 4:00 Eastern time, you guys can come on for like half hour to an hour. Does that work? Does that work? Okay, that's good. All right, so you guys help me. You guys, Bessie is really good at this, and Miss Lucky is good at this, and so is Carla and Christine, all my mods. Drop down if something is making waves, and then we're going to come over here and talk about it. We don't care if we don't get in the algorithm. We just want to sit here and have our little conversation behind the scene, okay? Because if I wanted to make money, I could go live at the cooking page and talk about this, and it'll get some views, but care about it people day. We're going to do it over here. It's a good time. Okay, we're going to mark the calendar. And if something hot happened in between now, God forbid if one of them people dead, then we're going live sooner than that. But for right now, we're going to set it up Friday, and we're going to talk about whatever's trending, the topics that are trending. And some of the topics trend, and sometimes they don't give me no excitement. I'm like, I want to hear what Trump to say again. I want to hear that. So, all right, guys. Thank you for always being here by my side. I truly treasure you guys because it's hard doing YouTube, even though it's not laborious work like working at a factory and stuff like that. It's a lot of taxing brain work to where you're locked up inside the house a lot and you don't really get outside too often. And I gotta make a change with that. That's why I'm like, I don't want to be in the kitchen cooking all the time. I want to be out. I want to be out, right? So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, okay? And I'll let you guys know if Jada's friend took that house. She hasn't said anything yet. I know that she had to put an application in, and then other people were checking it out. And I don't know if they were going to try to negotiate the price or stick with the. I don't know. I don't get into that part. But Jada's like, let me find out if any of the other teams are coming, team members, and see if they'll pay you to go do what you're doing for Flory. You know what I mean? Yes, my darlings. You guys take care. Have a blessed weekend. I'm just going to keep drinking fluids to get out this damn congestion. And I'll see you guys in the next video at one of my pages, okay? I love you guys. Bye.